Okay, we're coming back with a joke. Karen, let's turn to you.
At a local coffee bar, a young woman was expounding on her ideas of the perfect mate to some of her friends. The man I married must be a shining light among his company. He must be musical, tell jokes, sing, and stay home at night. An old granny overheard and spoke up. Honey, that's all you want, get a TV. So what is it that women look for in men and men look for in women? And what is the role of love within marriage?
Okay, let me try to deal with one at a time. Women, you're going to have to look for the child. You have to look at your prospective mate as if you're going to have to console him. You have to be sympathetic to him. You've got to be the shoulder that he's going to come to cry.
So are you saying that what a man looks for in a woman is someone that reminds him of a mother?
Both. A mother and a mate. But let's face it, I would prefer to have a loving, caring person than a sexy mama that's going to turn me on. I want a mate that is appealing to me, but I want someone that will be encouraging to me, that I can come to, that will console me, and to tell me how great I am. To hell with whatever mistake you made. You're better than that. You're a hell of a guy. And I don't care what anyone else is saying about you. They lift me up. They tell me, woman, to make me more courageous than I am positive. And the more I hear from a good woman who's building me up, the better I can become. And I can reach the stars. There is nothing I can't reach for with a good woman beside me. Now, what is a woman? A woman is looking for someone to care for, to be there, to also be sympathetic. I venture to say that they're seeking the father.
Wow.
No, let's face it. No, they want someone that's going to provide them with security, that's going to look after the interest when they're dead and buried, that's going to look well beyond what their lifestyle is today.
Getting a little Freudian, isn't it?
Yeah, I like to think of Jungian. I think that we all have dreams, and in our dreams we have the archetypical type of dreams, and we look at the female in our dreams as the mother figure. We look at the male from a female's perspective. Who the hell do you think the females are looking at when they see the male? It's the father. We want to be nourished. We want to be cared for. I don't care what your sex is. And if you think, I'm not looking for a father in this male, bull crap. You are. But you're also looking for someone that will be dashing and handsome and maybe sweep you off your feet. Look, we all believe in the old fairy tale. We want love to be that way. It just isn't. It's just a fantasy. We have to wake up.
What about looking for someone that you think would be an appropriate parent for your children? How did children come into this kind of mix of love, marriage, mother and father, what you're talking about?
Good question. Very good question. There was a study which you had shown me earlier in Russia where there were 30% less marriage proposals because less women are actively seeking marriage. And the main reason is that the economy is so bad that their prospects are terrible. They can't find a man that they view as someone who's going to support them, support a family. Now, that is tough. That is tough on the Russian man. It's tough on any man when a woman is looking, and that's what they're doing.
So why is it okay today for the man to be kind of like another child, which you were just saying? Why does the woman have to work and support her husband and her children?
I've been working since I was 15. I've had Social Security since I was 15 years old. I am proud to say that I put in a hell of a lot of money into Social Security. And, look, if you are dating...
Not about you, but more about societal trends. About 50 years ago, one of our viewers was saying, this kind of thing was not acceptable. A woman was in the home caring for children. What's changed within our society?
The Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution forced a change in the workplace. There used to be a whole bunch of farms. The Industrial Revolution brought the factories into being. And we came to find out that people moved to the city, and there just wasn't enough money to stretch out to pay all the bills. And then we had something called a war, a depression. And then we had another war, a more 4 or 5 year war, World War II, where women had to go into the factories, into the workplace. And you know something, when the soldiers came back, they found out that they didn't want to change the standard of living. The 1950s in America had this explosion. Everyone wanted and did become part, or at least they strived to become part of the middle class.
If your thesis
Women
that
began to work, and they haven't stopped working since.
If your thesis that men are like small children looking for a mother figure, then are they looking, has it changed? Has marriage changed where men are now looking for a woman who will support them and provide stability for them?
No, I think that's a gigolo. And I don't know of any man that I would respect. You know, want to live off a woman. Now, there's some women that can make more money than men. And, you know, and there's some men that can be hell of a, I don't know, take care of things at home, like the washing and cleaning. And I did that for a hell of a long time. My second wife, she was making a hell of a lot more money than me. She was working a different shift, so I was the one who was doing the shopping, the washing.
How do these gender roles in a kind of modern society, as one of our viewers says, feminism is the current situation, how does that affect, in your opinion, marriage and divorce rates? Do these kind of skewed gender roles or changing gender roles, does a woman who is not satisfied or a man who's not satisfied go looking outside of their marriage for something new?
I am not going to bite. I am not going to say what some of the research that I have in front of me says, and that is a woman fulfills her role by being opposite and not equal to a man. That's bullshit. Now, we got to change what that means, not equal to a man. There's differences. Women can't do the same thing as men. They don't have the broad shoulders. They can't dig ditches. They can't use their brawn to get things accomplished as a man. And at the same time, a lot of men don't have the compassion. They don't have the intuition. They don't have the skills that a mother has to deal day in and day out. The patience. But I'll tell you one thing, I've been around judges, police officers, lawyers, doctors, who were females, and they were a hell of a lot better than a lot of the men that I was in court with, in the police stations with, in the hospitals with.
Let's get back to marriage.
Well, in the jail, too. Don't forget the jail. I've seen both sides of the jails. Yeah, okay,
So
let's get back.
How does it affect
it? I think that both have to realize there is a role to play. And I think the best relationship is the relationship where both say, okay, I'm going to give 100%. I am not going to ask for changes. I am not going to expect this person that I married to change. Even though I want him to pick up his goddamn socks and he just keeps throwing it. Why does he have to leave that shirt over there? Why? Here is a hamper. Why can't he put it in there? Now, you can't expect those changes overnight. You have to work with that. Same thing with the women. First thing she does, rips off the bra as soon as he walks in the house. Give me a break. My kid is there with some of his friends over. There she is, ripping off the bra underneath. But come on, that ain't right.
Michael, what about gay marriages? Are those happier?
I don't know. I don't have any experience with gay marriage, so I'm going to pass on. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Do we have any questions? Okay, if not, then...
One of our viewers says people don't like the people they're with because they don't like themselves.
I like that. I mean, and that's a truism. You have to start off each day, I think, by forgiving yourself. By looking at some of the failings that you have. And we all have them. I mean, none of us are perfect. We need to have things corrected in ourselves. And I think that we can...
Another viewer says they like themselves too much.
They're egoists. You got to separate your ego from your compassion. You can't have one without the other, let me tell you. You can't be compassionate and egoistic at the same time. Now, your ego can lead you to become compassionate, but that is where you put a lid on the ego. Let the compassion, put it with love. It's love. Love.